remember, I shared some reading topics.
Yes.
Yes, some of you might have done that before, but we would like to have a discussion and know that how do you find the answers? What are the different strategies? All right. Okay. All right. So I believe everybody is there. It's only Anjali, Kulvinder, Lissy. Lissy, Savita is also there.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then Geeta, Sundar, Nibha will not be there. Priyanka, Rekha, Rainy Mol, Sukhveer Kaur, she might have attended it before. Okay, let me just call everyone again. Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, Renu. How are you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Good, dear. Thank you. And I believe that you guys are practicing your other subjects at home too. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Renu, how much you are scoring in listening and reading?
Ma'am, I didn't practice, ma'am, because I had no idea. I
No
asked Savita
idea.
Didi. Yes, ma'am, I
But
asked Savita Didi also
no, but
last night.
dear, I mean, listening is something that you have to listen and write. At least try. Let's see that how much you get it. No, that's very important,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So at least if you will try, we will come to know yours how much you are scoring. Based on that, we will be able to understand, and you will be able to understand that where you are lacking.
Ma'am, two, three times I tried, but ma'am, I was not able to do, not able to do completely actually.
So what was the problem in doing listening which you faced?
And pronunciation,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Okay, you were not able to understand.
not fully, ma'am. Partially, I understand, but not completely, ma'am. But I
Oh.
didn't try too much. I just
Mm-hmm.
tried two, three times. Then
Okay.
I started read novels and newspaper also.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So great. I got a good news today for one of my student. I don't know if you guys know Athulia. She was in the previous batch. Only in February she has given her exam. She scored B in all 360, 350, 360, 370.
Very good.
Good,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's really a good score. 370 in speaking, writing 360, listening 360, reading 350. Very good, yeah, it's a great score. Okay. All right, so I shared some of the reading tips. See, I'll tell you, these factors really matters a lot. I mean, she used to have a problem in reading and writing. She struggled a lot. I mean, in writing also, in everything. But what she followed, whatever I used to say, she used to understand and follow the same thing. And I'm sure if you will follow that, you can obviously can score even better. Okay. So whatever I say, I give you some points. Please make a note, and then you. Okay. So that's very important. Okay, great. So I'm gonna start with the reading session. I hope you have done that question which I shared in the task. Anybody who has not done?
Yes, ma'am. I will
You have
do
done.
that.
Okay. So I'm talking about the reading test. Cambridge. This is the Cambridge book, uh, the latest one. Yes, you're saying something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So before I go in detail, I just want you guys to have an idea about the reading test. If some of you don't have an idea,
Yes, ma'am.
you can go through this and you will definitely get some of the idea. Then we can talk about the strategies. So in reading test, basically, this test lasts for 1 hour. Okay, but most of you must be aware about IELTS. Then in IELTS, it is a complete test, but in OET, reading is divided. Like part A, you will first get part A, then there will be after 15 minutes, they will take your part A paper back, and then they will distribute part B and C to you. And for part B and C, you have 45 minutes. So it is completely a time management. You really can't do that. Like in IELTS, we do that. If I have taken for part A 20 minutes, then I can, mix it with part B and C, then time lags for part C. But here, it's not like that. So part A, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. You cannot take even a single minute extra. The moment they told you stop, you must stop and put your pencil down, and you have to give your answer sheets to them. And then they will distribute part B and C. Okay, so this is really important. I don't know if Rekha has joined. No, let me call her again. She requested for this reading session and she's not here. Sukhveer, you got the result of Atulya?
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I'm so happy for her that she got all B now.
All B. She's very happy. Very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll get her job. So good anyway, because this was after that she has a delivery also, so she was worried about that thing as well. But that's really good thing. But she worked hard, I must say that. So
Ma'am, will
okay.
I will also get the same result.
See, that's what I say. Yeah, hard work never get waste. You will always get. Sometime it's a matter of time when you don't get because of 10, 20 marks. But then of course, I mean, don't lose the heart that, oh my God, I didn't get. But definitely you'll get it. There's no point.
Okay, ma'am.
Believe in yourself and your God. Very important.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So reading subtest A. So in this part A, you can see that there are questions like 1 to 7. The topic is given blood transfusion questions. So this would be a question paper. You have to write the answers directly in the sheet only for part A. Okay. So for example, the type of IV line transfusion, you will write the answer in the filling the blanks here, the dashes. And then question 8 to 13 and then 14 to 20. So this is complete question paper of part A. So how do you attempt it, Sukhvir?
The
Uh, Ma'am, first I just have a look on the text that what information it gives me. Just, ma'am, is it talking about the sign and symptoms, its definition or type, symptoms like that?
Mhm,
So, ma'am, I just start with the eighth question first,
mhm.
8 to 20. And after completing, ma'am, the first seven question is very easy to attempt because I had at that time I have an idea that what the text is talking about.
Hmm. Right. So this is what I recommend always. So 1 to 7 is all that you have to choose. For each question 1 to 7, decide text A, B, C, D. Now here you don't have to write the answer for the question. You just have to choose the text, that this information is in which text. Now text which I'm saying is basically is like this. Now this is your text. Now heading is given blood transfusion text. Text A, management of blood component transfusion. The moment you get, just go through this, only read the heading of the topic. Now if you see text A, it clearly say management of blood. So I know that if it is a blood transfusion, in text A they all are talking about the management of blood component transfusion, that what are the devices, and step 1 what they do in this blood transfusion observation. So I will just go through the headings, so I'll get an idea that text A talk about the management. Now text B, it is written intravenous access. Now here they're talking about the big lines or the other central lines through which we can insert it. All right, then text C is blood component administration to adults. So now I understand that in text C they're talking about blood component administration to adults. So I know that if there's any question related to the blood component, that will be in the text C. Text D talk about adverse transfusion reactions. So here they're talking about all category mild, moderate, severe, sign and symptoms management. So now I have a fair amount of idea. So when I go to the question paper, in see now here it is written the type of IV line to use for a transfusion. That means they're talking that in which text this line is mentioned is in text A, B, C, D. So you just have to write ABCD out of this one. Now, I think if you start from 1 to 7, that is a wastage of time because you have to find out each line. However, if you will start from question number 8, question number 8, which says with the word or short phrase, the one of the text, each answer may include words, numbers, or both. Okay. Now, remember your answer cannot be very long. It will be very clearly written a word. A word means single word or short phrase. Okay, it could be in the words, it could be in the numbers, or both the things. Now here if I look at the question number 8, it says if a transfusion needs to be stopped, what should you use to maintain the IV? So what it says, if a transfusion needs to be stopped, if I have to stop the transfusion, what should you use to maintain the IV? What should I do to maintain the IV line? Now, I know if we think about the practical way, we know, but I have to find out this answer from the text. So, where it will be? Now you understood the question. Now, if you're going to the text, now tell me, you will find this answer in the management, in text
No.
A, intravenous
No, ma'am.
B, C, blood component, D, adverse transfusion reaction. Anyway, you can make sure that answer cannot be in text D because text is all about reactions, right? If I go to the text C, it is a blood component that may be okay. So intravenous access here. So what you will do when you will find these answers, question number 8 to 12. 9 is how soon after a transfusion start should check a patient. Okay. So how long does transfusion of 1 unit of red cells in a DFT solution usually take? Before a transfusion, what should the patient be warned of? So that means it will come in the ABCD. Out of that, what should be used as an antidote to warfarin? At what rate is fresh frozen plasma usually infused? So once you will start reading, don't waste time in reading the all, just go through and scan it. Okay, just a scanning. So for example, it is written here about the devices blood must not be transfused for 4 hours. It should be this 12 hours. Ensure you are familiar with sign and symptoms, appropriate action to take. The following check must be done. Step 1, step 2, blood transfusion observation. Just read it quickly, scan it. Okay, so this is how you will get the answer for part, uh, section B, that is question number 8 to 20. So you have to scan it and read it. Now, for example, there was one question of FFP. Now, FFP, you know, the FFP details are written in text C. You can see dose, this infusion rate, this. Must careful hemodynamic monitoring. Do not use FFP to reverse warfarin on an effective antidote. Very clearly written, prothrombin complex is an effective antidote. So this is the answer. So probably you are not going to write the whole line prothrombin complex. They're asking which antidote, just write prothrombin. One word. Don't write the full line. So they will also cut the marks for that also, remember. So one word means one word. Okay, so the moment you will read this paragraph, because you have to find your answers, you will read all the paragraphs. So when you will do all this question from 8 to 20, even 14 to 20 is like, you know, the filling the blanks. Circulatory overload is classed as a dash reaction, so it will be given in the allergic reaction, that must be there. For children, there's HP concentration. So this is the filling the blanks. Again, one word. It is very clearly written with a word or a short phrase. So the moment you will finish your 20th question, 1 to 7 questions, you know, these texts will be by heart to you. You know the where the things are written. You don't need to add on, read again. So without even giving a second thought, you know, you can easily directly write the answer. You will read the first question, second, third, four, five, six, seven, and you can just write the name of the section because you don't need to read now. You have already read that. So that will save your time. So always start from 8 to 30, then 14 to 20, and then 1 to 7. Now it depends on you. Some students say that, ma'am, that when we do 8 to 13, we get anxious because sometimes it takes 10 minutes, that there are only 5 minutes. So we know that the 7 questions are easy, so we don't want to lose these 7 marks. So after doing the 13, they reach to 1 to 7, and then later on they do 14 to 20. So it is up to you. Now your management, time management is really important. I'll tell you, these are the easy question you can do even in 10 minutes. So when you are practicing this part A especially, please don't take more than 10 minutes. Initially, if you're trying as a first time, second time, you know, initial starting for some weeks even, you can take 15 minutes. But gradually, when you are getting all the answers right, then your next target to reduce the time limit. So then reduce the time limit to 10 minutes and then do. And let me tell you that everybody can do this in 10 minutes. If you will tell your mind, oh no, I cannot do, then you can't do. So you have to make sure that when you book an exam, so those who have not booked, this is for them. If you are able to finish your part A in 10 minutes and you are getting 18, 19 score out of 20, then you are ready for the exam. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, anybody has any questions in mind? Any problems that you face in part A? Yes, Rekha, do you have any concerns for part A?
No, if we start from 8, it will be fine. That will be lovely. Yeah, so we
Yeah,
know.
you have to start from question 8. Question 8 to
Okay.
20, and then for 1 to 7 you don't need to spend the time. That is a wastage of time if you will do so, because the moment you will finish your 20th question, all the texts are by heart to you, and you can easily, even without reading the text, you can write that this information is in part A, B, C, or D.
Mhm.
And it's just a mind game when you do a time management, that make sure that you take 10 minutes. Not initially, but at least after a month or so, you can definitely reduce the time limit and do it.
What's the key point to look answer for the 8 to 20?
Yeah, that's what you need to. That's what I said. You need to read the heading of the text. For
Okay.
example, text A, management. So I know if the question is related to the management, then the answer will be in text A. If it is related to intravenous access, blood components, and allergies, reactions, then it will be in C or D. So heading should be in your mind that where it would be. So
One
then
more thing,
question
but
will be,
if there
yes.
is no, if there is no division in the paragraph, it's just like a one heading in the top paragraph A, and that's it. Then it goes on till
No, it
paragraph
can never
B.
be like that.
It
That's
won't
a
be
wrong
like that.
format.
Okay, got you. Because that's
This
what
is
I
the
got it. So
Yeah,
that's
this is the only format and the real format, and you will always get an exam like this only.
okay. Got it.
And that why they have given 15 minutes, because these answers are really easy to find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So they are easy, but why I am struggling? That's what the
Yeah.
reason.
So, 18, 19, you can easily score. Some people get 20 out of 20 even from this. So, because this part A is easy, it is all about your practice and time management.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So, can we move to the text B,
Yeah.
part B? Now, this is part B now. Now, remember, once you are 15 minutes over, they will ask you to put your pencil down, and then your part A time is over. You cannot do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unlikely in IELTS you can do, but not here. So now here they will give you part B and C, and they will again start your exact 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay.
So B and C, you have 45 minutes. So what they'll do in part B, that there are six short extracts here. You'll get six short extracts like this. Extract means a small like this. For example, here the question heading is given. The first question: the email reminds prescribers of controlled drugs that they should. The email reminds prescribers of controlled drug that they should. Prescribers mean those who are prescribing the controlled drugs. That means the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an email as a reminder to them that what they should do. Options are given. A. Document the reason for doing so. Ensure that there is no record of addiction. C. Discuss the dangers of sharing medication. Now you have the paragraph also, very small paragraph, which is given to, it's an email, so that's why it is written like this. To means prescribing physicians, recontrol drug prescription. All right. So they have given this paragraph. So it's a small paragraph. You have to read it and find out the answer and do it. Now, what kind of a strategy? How you have to read it? So first I would like to know from Lissy. Lissy, how you do? Lissy, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How you do this? What is the strategy you apply? How you find out the answer?
Ma'am, first I will read this paragraph
Uh-huh.
and cross it that with unavoided answers will cross it. Eliminated like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, okay, all right. So I'm giving you all of 2 minutes to do this. Can you read this?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So please find out the answer, everybody. I think you already have done. I told you guys to do in advance, right? So you can tell me your answers.
From me, Srivinder, experience.
Sorry, which one?
E B.
C. Okay.
E B. Sure, ma'am. Be ensure that that no record of addiction.
Okay, B. B for Bombay. All right.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm also UB.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Yes, guys.
Ma'am, C.
C.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Correct.
Okay. All right. So coming to the point. So Lissy, tell me why your answer is B, dear.
Because, ma'am, mm, the prescriber must note and ensure that the patient for administering period and understand how long
Mm-hmm.
he or she is expected to take medication. So because of that, I already
Mm-hmm.
these prescribers is controlled drug that they should the prescriber must not like that written. No? That is why I suggested that answer.
Okay. So Savita's answer will be also same.
No, ma'am, I do not.
Ma'am, I answer Kulvinder same.
Yes, Kulvinder. What do you
Same
think?
Liz.
This is the
Yes, ma'am, with same Liz is at the prescriber must note and ensure that the patient is listening and clearly
your voice is
provided
breaking.
and understand how long or she is taking medication, why it helping
Medication.
Uh-huh.
it
Okay.
should be also be made clear word is medicine is instead only for the
I'm going to
Hmm.
ask you to made clear.
Okay. All right. And Sukhbir, why do you think answer is C?
Uh, Ma'am, after reading that extract, I just eliminated the options. Means there is nothing written that document the reason for doing so. Ensure that there is no record of addiction. But in the last, they said discuss the dangers of sharing medication.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So let's read this one now. So everybody is agree with B and C?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's read. The question says the email reminds prescribers of controlled drugs that they should. Okay, now before I go to this, I tell you that the answers in part B is always based on the gist of the paragraph. Gist means what is the summary of the paragraph? We don't go line by line as we go in part C. But in part B, we need to read the whole paragraph and we need to understand the meaning of the paragraph and then choose the option. Okay,
Okay.
so that is a difference in part B and C. In C, you will find a line by line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right, now let's see. Always paraphrase the question so that while reading the paragraph, you don't forget the meaning of the question, that what exactly asking in the question. They're simply saying they have sent a reminder to the all the doctors that
Mm,
controlled drugs, while prescribing controlled drugs, they should keep some of the thing in mind. Now, what is that
mm,
thing I need to find out in paragraph?
yeah.
Okay. Now, this is a polite reminder, very nicely written. This is a polite reminder that when prescribing CDs, the benefits of the patient must be weighed against the risk, which include dependency, overdose, and aversion. So, what it means?
Then
It
no
means
addiction.
that they should, yeah, so they should know, the patient should be aware about they should also see the patient should, what are the risk, and the patient is going to be dependent on that, overdose, diversion, everything. Okay, all medication currently being taken by the patient should be considered, and if necessary, further advice and information from the healthcare professional should be sought. Now, this whole paragraph is talking about that when you are prescribing this drug to the patient, first of all, you should look for everything. Patient should not be overdosed, should not be dependent on the drug. The risk should be included, and then the patient should be aware, and a lot of advices and information should be sought. Okay, so now I got a clarity from this paragraph. Next says a prescription exceeding a 30-day supply should not be given other than in exceptional circumstances, which must be entered on the patient's notes. Okay, all right. The prescriber must note and ensure that the patient or administering career, okay, understands how long he or she is expected to take the medication, how long it will take to have an effect, and why it has been prescribed. Okay, so this they're talking about that they should ensure it is must that they should know that how long the patient need expectations and to have an effect, and why it has been prescribed. Remember, I'm again repeating this line. Understand how long, very clearly, the prescriber must, remember that,
Mm,
must note and ensure that the patient understands how long he or she is expected to take the medicine, how long it will take to have an effect, and why it has been prescribed. Okay, now it should also be made clear that the medication is intended solely for the patient. Okay, now what I understood from this para, from the whole para, in fact, even the first and second para, they're talking about these risk factors, overdose, dependency, they should include it. And the must reason is that what is important for the CDs to know that how long it has to be continued for the patient, and why it has been prescribed. Now that's very important. That's what they have written in the paragraph. Okay. Now coming to the options, let's start with your first B. You said ensure that there is no record of addiction. I'm sorry to say that it is not mentioned anywhere that there should be some record of addiction. Can you tell me, those who found this answer, that which line indicated you that the answer is B? Which line? Because this whole paragraph I'm saying the again and again, please don't go line by line. Read the whole paragraph, understand the meaning, and then choose the option. What I understood from the whole paragraph, B is completely crossed. They are not talking about any record of addiction. They are saying patient, while prescribing the drug, patient should not be addicted to this drug which the doctor is prescribing. They're not talking about any previous record of addiction. Okay, so B is absolutely deleted. C, discuss the dangers of sharing medication. Come on, Sukhbir.
Yeah, ma'am, it's also not written.
Only written in the last line that it should also be. Also means extra thing, not the
no,
main reason,
no,
secondary
I
reason.
don't
It should
know that.
also. be made clear that medication is intended solely for the patient. That means it should not be shared with others. But also change the meaning. Also means additional.
Sentence of oxygen or not.
So what left?
The
A.
reasons of for doing so.
Document the reason for doing so. I think yes, in the whole paragraph they're talking about this. They document everything. And that is what is the role of CD. CD means
Control drug.
control drug prescriptions. Yeah, doctors. Okay, I hope those who were in favor of B and C got the idea.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Never go line by line. Read the whole paragraph, find out the meaning, and then choose the answer. Yes, Lissy, tell me. I can't. You are saying something, but I can't understand what you're saying. Tell me.
No, ma'am. I understood, ma'am.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see how much you understood. Let's do the second question.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I want to say something. That if we can direct the email, always remember about documentation.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now you can go ahead with the second question. You guys have 2 minutes. And each question should not take more than 2 minutes again.
The next answer is A.
A. Okay. Anybody else?
Then I will also go with the A.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
might said B.
B. Okay. So everybody is in favor of B, huh?
A. I mean,
C. C also, huh? Okay. So anybody is in favor of A? Let's say take all the options A, B, C.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, I'm with A.
You are with this, Sukhveer? आज सवेरे नाश्ता नुश्ता
Yes,
कितना
ma'am.
है पराठे खाते हैं
नहीं
हैं
नहीं खाते हैं
मैम गलत है.
यार तू
मैम बी,
इंग्लिश
मेरा
क्लास
बी
में मेरी
है.
पंजाबी बोल रही है तो मैं समझ जा okay all right
Okay, ma'am.
the extract from the policy document states the documentation of equipment reading part B. Okay, what is the meaning of the question? Okay, first tell me that.
What's the gist of excitement?
Ma'am, decontamination of equipment.
The question says the extract from the policy means that means they have mentioned a policy here, a document. It states that decontamination of equipment. Okay, so that means they're talking about decontamination of an equipment. All right. Now let's read the paragraph. Anyone who inspect, repair, or transport medical equipment has a right to expect that it has been appropriately treated in order to remove or minimize the risk of infection or other hazards. Appropriate documentation must be provided to indicate the contamination status of the item. Okay. If items are dispatched to suppliers or presented to service or inspection on hospital premises without a declaration of status and without prior agreement, they may be rejected until the appropriate paperwork has been provided. In particular situation, for example, when the condition of an item which is the subject of complaint or investigation may be altered and influenced by neutralization process, the investigator may wish the item not to be contaminated. Okay. Now, if I go through this whole paragraph, what I understand they're talking about the process of decontamination of equipment. Okay. Now, going to the A must be done by official suppliers. Must. Whenever you get word must, should, also, be very careful. These three words will change your answer. Okay. What are that three words? Must, should, and
Show
also.
and also.
Yeah. So must be done by official suppliers. So this must be had made this option wrong. Okay. So because what they say, if items are dispatched to suppliers, second paragraph, first line, they're saying if items are dispatched to suppliers or presented for service or inspection on hospital premises without a declaration of status and without prior agreement, they may be rejected until the appropriate paperwork has been provided. So they're not saying that it should be done by the official suppliers. So this is absolutely wrong. Yes. Second is they should, okay, B option. Where a lot of people said B, right? Who said B? Nobody will speak
Gulvinder.
then. Okay,
Gulvinder.
so B is should occur outside the hospital. Should occur outside means decontamination should be done out of hospital.
No.
No, they have written presented again the second paragraph first line presented a service inspection on hospital premises. However, you should have as per the agreement, you should have proper paperwork, but it will be done inside the hospital only, premises. It's not mentioned anywhere that it should. Should means again must, but it doesn't say that every time it should be outside the hospital. No. So this should again option wrong. Now C says may not always be necessary. May not. May means 50-50.
Yeah.
Must means 100%. Should means 100%. May means 50-50. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
May not always be necessary. Now read the last paragraph and let me give you one of the tip. Most of the part B answers are taken from either the first three lines of the paragraph or the last three lines of the paragraph. So read that carefully. May not always be necessary. That's what they say in particular situation. In particular situation, for example, when the condition of an item which is subject of complaint or investigation may be altered or influenced by neutralization process, the investigator may wish the item not to be decontaminated. That means may not be always necessary.
Necessary.
Got the answer now?
See.
C.
सुखबीर बच गई तू? Okay. All right. So the answer is C. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Any doubt?
Yes.
No.
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay. Now take last question from part B, then we will go to the part C. Okay. This one is quite simple. Let's take this fourth. Personal search procedure. Okay, tell me the answers now.
Let me see.
Anyone else?
Ma'am, A.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. C. Yeah.
Yes, Lissy. Savita.
C. Ma'am. I don't have to say something.
Yes, guys, be quick.
B. I think so is B.
Okay. A is also there, B is also there, C is also there. Yes, Lissy and Savita, I didn't get answer from you guys.
Same.
Both are C? Okay, so where your answer?
Ma'am, it could be A also.
I didn't
Now
do,
you...
ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, because I was busy. Some means
Oh,
I was writing a letter to the principal.
why?
Um,
I
ma'am, there
think
is
schools
some
are off
means,
now till 31st March.
ma'am, only for the students, not for the teachers.
Okay. All right, no
Yes, ma'am.
worries. Okay, guys, so what is your answer? A, B, C. You all the options are there, right? Okay. Everybody said the three options. Let's go through now this. The extract from the guidelines established that a person search can be carried out if a patient has what the guidelines say that a personal search, personal information can be carried out if a patient has dash. Okay, let's say ABC options, personal search procedure. What is the policy for this in the hospital? They say we are required to provide an environment which is safe and secure for patients, staff, and visitors. Da, da, da. Okay, should be managed with the utmost integrity, highest professional standards. Decision to carry out research made, indicators apply. Patient has threatened to injure, information has been received, the patient is behaving in a threatening, patient has a known recent history, there is a reason to believe that patient is concealing an item. Okay, so A is said by Kulvinder, right? Why do you think so?
Ma'am, because established personal searching. Maybe it means the patient has a record. They are searching about record.
Hmm. Where it is written?
The carry out a search can be made the following.
If a patient has a means you can you are saying that a personal search can be carried out if a patient has a criminal record. So that means in that case only it can be done. They have mentioned lot of points. In all these options you can carry out a procedure. Then why you use particular only one?
Because information their a patient is behaving, threatening, and a all lines are saving a criminal record about the
Criminal
patient.
record is not given anywhere. Okay, so A is a wrong option. Coming to the B, self harm in the past. Self harmed. Okay, who's I think Rekha said B. Rekha, from where you got this line?
In the bottom, in the last line, the reason to believe that the patient is concealed an item that potentially threat to his own health and safety are not to others.
So the point is if he has concealing an item, not self harmed in the past. That means if he is concealing any knife, he is concealing any sharp equipment to give a threat to his own health, to killing himself. But your option says self harmed in the past. Here they're talking about future, and in the option it is past. So it is wrong. All right. So left is C, hidden a dangerous item before. Yeah. So who said C? I think Lissy. Lissy, how you got the
Savida.
C?
Me
Savita said
also,
C.
ma'am.
Okay. Tell me
Yeah.
now why it is C.
Except, oh, lot of are saying.
Why?
Ma'am, information has been received that the patient has an offensive weapon in their possession.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Where is that written?
Ma'am, second, ma'am.
A patient is behaving in a threatening and unpredictable manner and is reluctant to give any information. Not this.
No, ma'am, second, ma'am. Information has been received that the patient has an offensive weapon.
Ah, in their possession. Yes, information has been received that the patient has an offensive weapon in their possession. Yes, hidden a dangerous item before. Possession means he's carrying that, he's having that. So that means yes, the C option is getting fit in that. Criminal record not given, self-harmed in the past because in option they're talking in the paragraph they're talking about future. However, it is in the past, so wrong. So left one is C, which is getting fitted is the right answer. Got it?
Yes.
So this is how you have to do. If you will do at least, take only 15 minutes for part B. All six questions should be done in 15 minutes. Keep this thing, what you say, alarm, for 15 minutes. And then you do it in 15 minutes only. This is how you can increase your speed while doing this. Okay? All right. So now I will move to, you can do the next of the questions also later, and then I can share the answers.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
But you have to do first. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So part C. Now part C, the difference in B and C, that's what I was explaining. There are few things actually for part C you need a lot of time to understand. But if I'll try my best if I can conclude here. See, as we have done now part B, we discussed about the meaning of the paragraph that is called gist. However, in part C, there are also options, but there are four options. Okay, so difference
Mm.
in B and C mainly the questions like you can see here text one, this has a big paragraph here. So, and you should have really a good reading skills for this. There will be 7 to 14 question, then again there will be text 2, then long paragraph, and then again question 15 to 22. So that means you need a lot of time for this. Your reading skills should be really good so that you can read it really fast. Okay?
Okay.
All
Ma'am,
right.
how
So
much time will get for part C?
see, for total B and C, you'll get 45 minutes. That's why I say for part B, there are six questions only. So try to do and finish that in 15 minutes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so when you do that, so part C again, so this is about the practice. Let's say you are tired, you are after the duty, you are not feeling like, I can't sit for reading for 1 hour. But at least if you will do one section of the past part C, you can do it in 15 minutes. I used to practice like this, part A 10 minutes, part B 15 minutes, or 10 minutes. I can do in 10 minutes. I mean, you can practice in 15 minutes. Then part C, text 1 15 minutes, text 2 15 minutes. Then your speed will increase because sometimes what we do, as per our speed, we give more, time for the first task, and then in the last, we don't have a time. But if you will practice from the starting, like with the time, that 15 minutes for text 1 in part C and 15 minutes for text 2, then your speed will be okay. You can manage it on the day of exam. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the part C, the difference here, the first thing I told you is about the questions, options. There are four options. Another question, if you see here, you will always get the questions like, look at the seventh question. It says in the first paragraph, the writer suggests that. Look at the question number 8. It says in the second paragraph, the writer implies that. Ninth question in the third paragraph. So means you don't need to read the whole paragraph. So first of all, when you reach to the part C, without wasting any time, just put a numbering on the paragraphs. That will really help because every time then you have to count. That will save your time. Put the numbering here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and the number 4, number 5, number 6. So there are total 6 paragraphs in this. Put the numbering. So then what will I do? I'll go to the question 1 without wasting any time. Now here the options are selected. The strategy to based on the answer is like you have to go as per the uh, opinion of the person. Read the question carefully. Writer means who has written the that particular research. Part C is always based on the research topics. So it is little tough. It could be any research topic. For example, this research topic is egg freezing, how to freeze the eggs. So this is a particular research of on this. Okay, so in this research based, here you will not find the answer based on the gist. Here the answers will be based on the writer's opinion and attitude. Please note down these points when I speak, that this is the difference in part B and C.
Mm.
In part C, you will choose the answers based on the writer's opinion and his attitude. Like some of the question will be, for example, this question on the 7th. It is very clear in the first paragraph the writer suggests. So that means I need to find out the answer based on what the writer has suggested in the first paragraph. What about it is about egg freezing will make it easier for women to. That means writer is suggesting something, that egg freezing has made something easier for women. What is that thing? That you, for that you need to read the paragraph and find out the answer. You got my point?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So question always keep in mind. My personal advice, that when you read a question, you paraphrase it in your own language or in a simple language. It's better when you translate it in Hindi, Malayalam or Punjabi, whatever. And because the important is when you read a paragraph, so that you can keep the questions in your mind and can choose the right answer. Sometime while choosing this, student forget what was the question, and that is again, you read again, you go back to the paragraph, that wastes the time. Got my point? Always paraphrase the question, make it easy for you to understand. Now I understand that what I have to find out in part A, in paragraph A, first paragraph, I have to see that what is the writer talking about egg freezing and what he had made it easier for women to. Now let's go to the first paragraph, which is talking about that during the 70 years global life expectancy has increased from this. Okay, so you guys can read. So find out what the writer is talking about egg freezing. Then we will go to the option. Yes.
Uh, Option D.
Option D. Okay.
D for me as well, Jasleen.
Okay. Yes. What about
Then my
others?
option is also D.
Okay. Everybody is still now in D. Anybody is for ABC? Yeah.
Right.
Yes, dear. Renu?
Ma'am, no idea. Ma'am, ma'am, it's B, I think.
Okay. It seems every Lissy.
C, ma'am.
Ma'am, I
It's
think
B.
it's B, ma'am. B.
I didn't get B for Bombay, D for Delhi. Which one is
D, D, D.
D for Delhi?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So can you explain me why?
Ma'am, it, uh, it allows women to stop their biological clock for a decade or more.
Okay. When I read this topic, after that,
Hmm.
recently I watched Oprah's interview of Priyanka Chopra. How many of you watch Oprah's show? If you don't watch, start watching these kind of a shows because it's really good to have a good interview skills. That what kind of a body language you have, how to speak. It gives you a lot of idea, body language and the words. It's good to hear. In that Oprah show, she asked a question to her that you are now turning 37, 38, and though Nick Jonas is very young, but you're not looking for the kids. Then she said something around the answer. So in my mind, it came directly that she might have frozen her eggs. That's why she's not worried about having the kids. So it is not about her only. Many people do that. Those who have a money, it's not a big deal for them, and that's why they are free of mind. They whenever they want, they can have their kids. So egg freezing. Let's say this was just a thought process about it. When you read some article, yes, this is how it helps you to lead. When she was answering, I was thinking she might have done her egg frozen. My father immediately said, how come you are aware about that? I said, I'm just guessing. you know so this sometimes this is how the thought process works. Okay, so in the first paragraph, the writer suggests that egg freezing will make it easier for women too. What is the thing that will be easy for women? Easy word is the key word. Of course, the first thing which you have to see the first paragraph. So first paragraph means I know I will directly go to the first paragraph. Then writer suggest, okay, that means I have to find a line in which the writer is telling something. Okay, then what is the keyword? Keyword is making it easier. This is the keyword. Okay, so I have to find out with something that because of egg freezing, something is easy for the women. And what is that something? I have to find out in the paragraph. Okay, so here it said decide whether to have a baby. Okay, manage their time efficiently, conceive more frequently, and extend their fertility. Now let's go to the paragraph. Um, You already read it from starting. As I told you in part C also, you'll get your answers always from the end or from the first few lines. Now, in theory, it allows women to stop their biological clock. Means it is in my hand. I can uh, uh, stop my biological clock for a decade or more, and gives them the gift of being able to pick and choose the optimum moment to have a child. For example, when it fits in with the career. Yeah. So very clearly, that means as a woman, I have an option to pick and choose when I can have a child. The biological clock is not important. It's in my hand. I can stop. So that means it is a good thing for me. Yeah, that's what make it easy. So that would be the option. So everybody said the right answer. It is part D, section D. All right. So good, very good. You guys are doing good. Okay, let's go to the question number 8. In the second paragraph, the writer implies that the introduction of the process called vitrification will lead to. Now, before moving to the paragraph, you all know that you have to go to the second paragraph. But before that, what is the key word in this question?
Vitrification.
Justification.
Yes. So go to the second paragraph, find out the word vitrification, and read a line before and after the vitrification. You will get your answer. And the writer implies means again he what he think. The introduction of process called vitrification will lead to. If we will apply this process, what will happen? So what will happen that I need to find out
Yes.
from second paragraph. So go to second paragraph. Okay, you guys have some time. Now quickly see where is the vitrification. It is in the third line.
Ma'am, it's D.
D for Delhi.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, anyone else?
D, ma'am.
Which D? D for Delhi.
Yes.
Okay, quickly. Lissy. Yes, guys.
D, ma'am. D, ma'am. D for Delhi.
D for Delhi. Okay,
Mm.
Savita's answer is also D.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everybody is in D, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
Anybody has a different choice?
B
A,
from
B,
me.
C, D.
B. B
B,
for me. I
B
think he's
coming
B.
viable. B,
Viable.
B from me. B.
B for Bombay.
Bombay
B
from
for
me.
Bombay. Okay, who is in favor of Bombay?
Me.
Ma'am, Vinder also favoring Bombay.
Rekha and Kulvinder.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
great. So
I am thinking.
let's, Lissy, you
Mm.
want to change the option?
Uh, no problem, ma'am. I will.
No, no, no. I feel like you want to change the option. Yes, tell me.
No, ma'am. Means
So,
more
so D
regular.
is locked. So can I lock your D option?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes. We'll ask the
Okay.
Guruji. Guruji.
Uh,
Guruji.
okay. You want to take a public opinion?
Yeah. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So the question says in the second paragraph, I'll go to the vitrification. I just have to find out that what will it lead to vitrification. Okay. So I will go to the second paragraph. It talks about I'll go to the vitrification. Okay, third line. However, a new and more reliable technique called vitrification has been shown to be more effective than the older method. I should know for what they're talking about frozen eggs. All right. Than the older method, it involves a very rapid freezing process. Okay, which is thought to cause less damage to the eggs and therefore increase the chances of achieving a pregnancy when the eggs are thawed. Okay, it has made egg freezing scenes a feasible option for women seeking to win time before having a family. So what it lead to? So in the second, third, fourth line, they're talking about that how it works, that it is a rapid freezing process. It will thought to cause less damage to the eggs, and then women can have a pregnancy earlier. And now what it lead to? It has made means it has lead to. Very clear in the last line of the paragraph. It has made egg freezing. That means it has laid uh, egg freezing seems a feasible option. Feasible means anyone?
Flexible.
Possible. Yeah.
Easier.
Suitable.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Suitable.
Uh, yeah. So sometimes we say that, oh no, can you do this work for me? I'll say, no, yeah, this is not feasible for me to go there and then come back. Um, that is feasible means possible. And something, anything which is done successfully. Okay. The similar word for that, something which is that. Okay, so option for men seeking to win. So that's what is they're talking about. Now let's go to your options. Option says fewer complications in associated pregnancy. No, that's not leading to. Okay, coming a viable choice. Okay, C is more full term babies being born. Now completely deleted. Healthier eggs being produced. Healthier eggs. Okay. Yeah, they have said that it's not that all the eggs will be healthier, but yes, being produced. Okay. So if I go to again, I said my question is vitrification will lead to. They're talking will lead to. Will lead to means talking about future. And what this class saying, it has made egg freezing seem a feasible option. Feasible means viable option for women seeking to win time before having a family.
Good choice.
This is B.
Yeah. And A
It's
is
given a
wrong
choice.
because here
It's
they're
giving them a choice to choose when they want to be get pregnant.
yes, yes. This will lead to. That's what they will get from vitrification. So C and D now. The answer is B for Bombay. Egg freezing becoming a viable choice. Very clearly given. Feasible choice. Viable choice.
Yes.
Where they say option means there is a choice.
Yeah, got it.
Tolerate more reliable technique. So, technique.
Feasible option, viable choice. Very clearly written. I got. So, Renu, is it clear to you now?
Yes, ma'am.
See, that's what I say. When you do reading, a lot of concentration is required. If somebody is, you should even not realize that somebody is sitting around you, somebody is looking at you. It is not that you can do in a house when your kids are around you, TV is on, somebody is working around. No. You have
Mm-hmm.
to sit it in a quiet room, full concentration. No, they should not be in the mind, oh my God, I have to go duty, I have only 15 minutes, I have to do it in fast, I have to do my household chores, I have to teach my kids. If you have all these things in mind, then you cannot do this with the concentration.
which is hard.
I know, but then you
Very
have
confusing.
to.
You're putting
Yeah,
challenge.
I don't think so. I always share an example. I've seen people, especially those who are working, like you guys, everyone, hard shifts of night shift, in the hospitals, and then again traveling off 2 hours, and then looking after the kids, taking a day also as an exam, and then she was pregnant, and within all this, within 2 months, and then she cleared this with a very good result. So she used to study from, that's what she has a time only, 11 o'clock. She makes sure that her, after the session, the children's are being slept off, and then from 11 to uh, 2 or 3 o'clock, this was the time for her to study, and then 3 to 5 only she sleeps for 2 hours, and then at 5 o'clock again she has to go for a work by 6, do some other work. So the people, those who work hard, they definitely achieve a good score. Very clear. I always say, if you pray, when you pray to the God, now if there is a person who is really hardworking, another person is not at all hardworking, both are praying to the God and saying, please, I have an exam, clear me. No, God will also say, did you work hard? Did you did something for yourself? I can help those who will help for you themselves. So I know it is challenging, but you need to accept it. When you have decided it already that you have to give an exam, then there is no point of taking a second thought. Now only mission is, I have to clear it at any cost. All right, so do it with a full concentration. I'm sure you will get a good result.
Thank you.
Okay, so in the last, I just want to take a last question. um Now see, sometime you will definitely get this kind of a question. First two question will be from first paragraph, second paragraph, third question again from the third paragraph. Fourth question is also from the third paragraph. When you see this kind of two questions, that means, now this is also again thing easier for you to keep in mind. The third paragraph, now this ninth question says, the quandary mentioned in relation to egg freezing concerns. That means the keyword is quandary. I have to look for this in the third paragraph. And this answer will always be in the first 2 or 3 lines. Because the next is question is in the third paragraph, the writer criticized the provision of egg freezing because, now this will be in the last few lines of the same paragraph. So when you do this kind of a question, don't waste time in reading the whole paragraph. Your answer will be in the first 2 or 3 lines only. Let's take this ninth question. In the third paragraph, the quandary mentioned in relation to egg freezing concerns. Let's go to the third paragraph and see where the quandary is written. Okay.
Second line.
Second line. Yeah.
Second
So,
line.
yeah. So what the question is? Did you paraphrase the question? What is the meaning of the question? Means related to the egg freezing, we have to
Yes.
look for the concerns regarding the quandary, right? So just read it. It says, however, egg freezing presents ethical challenges and therefore is not being widely promoted for healthy women. Questions surrounding access have been raised very clearly. Questions surrounding access. Who will have access for this? Access have been raised and fertility experts are in quandary. So what would be the option? Quandary means dilemma. No, the experts were confused at what to do, who to give an access. That is what was the concern, very clearly. Question means concern. That what is your question? That what is a concern related to the quandary, that who will have an access, very clearly.
D. Could be D.
Yeah, tell me. Yes, guys, be quick. That's why I said in advance to do this thing and keep your answers ready.
Ma'am, it's D.
D for Delhi.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. What else? Anyone else?
Ma'am, A.
Okay. I'm
Ma'am,
really
C.
shocked. Actually, guys, you guys are coming with B, C, D. Let me tell you, I already told you the answer. Still, you guys are confused. I already told you the answer. Read that line again. Questions surrounding access have been raised and fertility experts are in quandary. Quandary means dilemma,
Dilemma.
confused. They are confused that who will have the access for this eggs, egg freezing, to whom they should give the access. I already told you the
A is the
answer.
answer, ma'am.
Oh,
Still, you.
And who are making a final decision? People making the final decision.
The question is, answer is A. The moral question as to who should have access. That is what is their concern.
Okay.
That is what is same written in the second line, which I read now. They are concerned about the access, not about the final decision or entitlement.
Okay.
It is so clear. So please do it with the full concentration, understand the question carefully. Quandary word is given. Let's say I don't know the meaning of quandary. It doesn't matter. It's not important. I have to find quandary is a keyword. I found the word line. And then my question is, I have to find out what is concern related to the quandary. So what is that? Very clearly written in the second line. I told you this is what you should not read the whole paragraph. You have two questions from one paragraph. Read the first two lines related to that particular keyword. Question means concerns surrounding access. That's the answer have been raised. That to whom they have to give an access. That is their main concern related to the egg freezing. Got it?
Got it.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I believe that you guys now need to do a lot of practice. Do a practice for all these questions again. I need post your answers in the group by tonight or by today itself. You have a time, and then let's have a discussion on this. If somebody has answer A and somebody has B, C, D, I want to see a discussion in the group. Then only I will share the right answers.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, that's what what is missing in the group. You guys are lucky that you are getting a good people. I think you all are really good. So please If you're feeling lazy to type like me, I don't like to type much, then leave a voice message. That why, if let's say if Rekha has posted the answer for 10th question is A, then immediately write that, Rekha, why do you think this answer is A, can you please guide me? Leave a voice message. Discuss, do a discussion on this, then only you will get a lot of interest and motivation to do reading. Otherwise reading is boring.
Yes, ma'am.
So make your subject which you feel is boring, you are the one who can make it interesting. All right. I hope you got some of the idea. Now you can do a practice for this.
Yes, we
Yes,
can. Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much. So please do the whole task from part A, B, C and post your answers in the group. Write on a page and then post, click a picture. Let's have a debate on that, that why answer is this, not that. And then I will post the right answer.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So only speaking will not help you. All these things are really important and reading really comes tough. So practice it.
Sure.
Very confusing, ma'am.
Not confusing. It seems confusing because you haven't even practiced yet, right? So that's why. But if you will start practicing, you will find it really interesting.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, make sure you do at least, if you are tired, at least 15 minutes task before you sleep. Just do a 15-minute task.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So if
Sure.
you have any doubts, any concerns, we will discuss after your answers. Okay, and
Okay,
then
ma'am.
do a practice for this. All right.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
tomorrow we'll have a writing session. I will share one of the topic. You guys gonna write and post your letters to me on that, and then we'll have a discussion on that letters.
So we have to write a letter before we come to the class. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Got
ma'am.
it?
Got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Got it.
Okay, great then. Have a good day. Work hard because few days left now, and I want all of this batch to finish your exam by end of May. Those who have not even booked.
I didn't vote.
There are many who didn't book yet, but make sure, make a target. If you will not make a target, you will not able to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Ma'am,
So set a target. Yes, Sukhbir.
ma'am, means last day and ma'am, yesterday and the last yesterday you didn't check the letters.
Oh dear, I sent a voice message, dear.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I didn't get that.
Sukhbir, I sent your voice reply also. Your two letters were there, I remember.
Ma'am, that was on Monday, I think. I'm talking about Tuesday and Wednesday.
I don't know. I think I checked every letter. Just send to me again.
I sent mine as well. Just a minute.
Oh, that you have posted today itself, right? I'll do that.
Ma'am.
Okay. So just Sukhbir, resend that letters to me, okay?
No problem, ma'am. I will send it.
Maybe I missed it. So I tried to, because there were so many, and now I just send a voice
Yes,
message
ma'am.
because everybody, when I do it, check it, then some of you says that no, send us voice message, that helpful. So I thought, okay, let me do it that way. So Renu, did you write a letter till now? No.
No, ma'am.
Please start.
Writing it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, ma'am.
Jasleen, one more thing I want to share. I did listen to the Steve's video about writing, and it's really good. Really
Yes,
good.
that's what I
Yeah,
tell everybody. Steve
yeah.
is
It's
always good.
really
He
good.
spent 2 hours or 1.5 hour video, long video. And
Yeah.
please, all of you, join OET on Facebook, OET official on YouTube, on anyone, because they nowadays take session on every day, and you can even ask them questions directly.
On YouTube.
Yeah, they are on YouTube. They are always live on Facebook. Even yesterday, I got that link. So they're always live on that. So you can. Just on your Facebook, write OET official. You'll get all the OET links. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right then. See you guys tomorrow. And I will post the letter now so that you can write on the time.
Excuse
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
Yes, dear.
ma'am, I have night shift, so if possible, you can send that task now, then I can
Yes,
write.
madam. I'm gonna send it now. All right. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye,
Okay.
Jasleen.
Bye, ma'am.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
Take care, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.